This episode of Dirt and Fire is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Camelback, an idea born from the most basic human need, thirst. I personally have been using their hydration backpacks and water bottles on all of my hikes and runs for years. Right now they're offering free shipping on orders over $60, free returns, and they got a lifetime guarantee on all their products. For details on that, see the Camelback website in the links below. Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to make a quick video today about this kit that I put together. It's a kind of Cowboy Wok, Discada, you know, I see a couple of people out there calling them Skottles. Ever since I've known, they've always been called a Cowboy Wok. They're just kind of like a shallow walk kind of thing. I'm just going to show this one, which is part of the kit that I put together. It has this carrying case so you can bring it with you. I've used it a few times. It's really just a shallow walk. I mean, it has like maybe a half inch of depth to it. It's made out of cast iron. It's from Bayou Classic. It's just a basic piece of cast iron. So in any case, yeah, the wok itself comes with 3 legs. Let me get them out here. And all I did, if you look at this, is I went to the hardware store. So this is a DIY version to extend the legs just a little bit. You don't have to cut, you don't have to weld. Sorry, like a school bus driving by here. I got my neighbor across the street doing some sort of grinding on something, so I apologize for any of the noise. In any case, yeah, you don't have to cut, you don't have to weld, you just got to get one of these collar bolts here. And if you see, it just spins off. There he goes, back to grinding. It just spins off, and it's just consisting of this piece right here, which is just a threaded rod, and you can just buy these in normal sizes. Yeah, and it just spins on the legs right here, and then ultimately the whole thing spins just like this, super easy. So I'm going to get this thing all set up. I'm just going to do it right here on the bed of my truck. You know, takes just a few minutes to get everything together. See there, it's all nice and tight and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. This thing can hold its weight, and yeah. So I'm going to get this all set up. I just use a basic Coleman burner. The reason that these legs have to be extended out is because the Coleman propane tank burner, single burner that I'm using, fits directly under it with great clearance once you extend the legs out a little bit. So in any case, I'll have a list of all the stuff in the description below, and you can see the kit for yourself. It's all under $100. You can essentially save yourself over $200 by going and doing something like this rather than buying one of those really expensive kits. Alright, so here it is all set up. As you can see, the legs are holding. It's nice and sturdy. And then here's the burner that I use, just a Coleman single burner that sits on the propane tank. Part of what I wanted to do with this was I wanted it to be as collapsible as possible. I wanted it to fit in a carrying case, and you know, believe it or not, this case is actually meant for kind of like a rope, like a lasso type rope. You know, it's from Tahoe Tack. I think this thing was 15 to 20 bucks. The wok, I was just looking, I paid $25 for it. And then the most expensive part was this burner, and it came in about $30. So, I mean, if you do 20, 30, I mean, that's 70 bucks, and you essentially have the same type of experience. I mean, maybe even better, since this thing is so big. Let's grab a measuring tape. Let's grab a measuring tape and see how big this thing actually is. I think it's 18 inches across, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 17. Pretty close. So 17 inches across. I think most of the Discadas and adventure Skottles and stuff you see like that out there, they're going to be much less. So here's what it looks like completely set up. As you can see, the clearance is just about an inch from the bottom of that burner to the bottom of the Skottle here. So yeah, I mean, this, you know, it works great. I've used it, like I said, the last few camping trips I've gone on. It cleans up great. I mean, since it's cast iron and it's seasoned, nothing sticks. And yeah, so I wanna go cut up the vegetables and whatnot we got in here and get those going. So you can see how it cooks. Alright, so what we're going to be cooking today is just a little bit of asparagus, this pretty cool striped bell pepper. It's yellow and red. And then we got a portobello mushroom. And I'm also going to do this New York steak I had left over from one of those Costco packs. And then the great secret to cooking with cast iron, or just cooking in general, is something called ghee, which is just clarified butter. I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't have regular things that have lactose in them, and ghee is butter without lactose, so everything's been filtered out. It's really great to cook with, and yeah, in any case, I want to get the stuff chopped up and get it on the grill. So as you can see, the grill is nice and hot. This ghee, like I was saying, is great for cooking with butter when you're not looking for a bunch of the extra stuff in it. So let me get this steak out of here. So the cool thing about this is that you don't have to really worry about where the stuff is going to be on the surface. Since it is cast iron, it retains heat very well. It also distributes heat fairly well. And you can kind of just put the stuff wherever you want. You can move it around however you want. You know, I'm setting the steak in the middle to get a nice crisp on the back side of it. And then I'll flip it and move the vegetables around in some other type of formation here in a couple of minutes. Something else that I wanted to show here was the lid. A lot of these kits come with a lid, and this was just one that I picked up from a restaurant supply store, and it was very inexpensive. I want to say like $5 or $6, and it's just as good as any of those $20 to $30 lids you see with most of the kits that you buy. Yeah, now I understand why a bunch of YouTubers like move out into the sticks and whatnot for making their videos, because like I was saying earlier with the neighbors grinding across the street, I got school buses driving by. You know, this neighbor here probably thinks I'm insane for, you know, cooking something on my driveway, you know, and cooking it on the back of my truck here. But in any case, I just wanted to kind of show you what I use for camping and what it is, the gear that you can have that's not going to break the bank. It's going to work the same as a lot of those $200, $300, $400 setups you see, and the breakdown might even actually be easier beyond just saving the money. Yeah, take a look at that steak. I mean, that's really what cast iron does right there to steaks. Browns them up really good. You can see I moved the vegetables around to get more of an even cook. The burner is working the way it should. Right now, pretty much the whole pan is hot. I usually bring my thermometer with me on my camping trips because, you know, you don't want to, like, undercook a steak. As you can see, this one right here is running about 80 degrees. New York steaks tend to cook very unevenly. The tip of them gets hotter way quicker than the center. So you can have like a medium well and a medium rare steak in the same steak. Some people like that. I'm not a huge fan. I usually like to stick to ribeyes. But as you can see, this one's running about 80, 85 across the thing. I also like use this Jack Stack's barbecue rub. The company's Jack Stack's barbecue. This rub has salt, pepper, celery seed, a little bit of dried onion on it, a little bit of MSG. Every time I put it on anything, everyone really likes the way it tastes. You can pick it up. I put a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. Yeah, and while we're sitting here, I got a delivery. I hope it is what I think it is, which is an axe that was on sale from Amazon a couple days ago. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yep. Yeah, I got a. Yep, it's a Fisker's 28-inch chopping axe. It went on sale for something crazy, like 26 bucks. I want to do an axe review because I also picked up 36-inch splitting axe and also the hatchet. You can see it back there. Picked those up too. I wanted to do a full comparison between all three. And you know, kind of see the differences and see how they split wood differently, and all that stuff. So sorry about that. I have to switch back to my voiceover because the sizzle of this cook is just way overtaking the sound, and I don't really know why, because I'm speaking right into the microphone, but the sizzle just is definitely loud, so I muted that. And in any case, our steak is pretty much done. You can see here that it's running, you know, about 105 to 120 degrees depending on the part of the steak. I like to take it off right around 120 at its coldest part. That's going to put it at a nice medium rare cook. And yeah, so just so you know, you can move the burner around. I think this is one of the advantages as compared to having a fixed burner where it just gets hot right in the center. I moved it a little bit to the right to cook the vegetables a little bit more than the steak, or vice versa. You can move it back and forth. I usually set this cooker up on like a camp table. It's designed to go like right over your fire and just use your fire as fuel. I like to use it on a camp table or on the ground just as a flat surface, or on the bed of your truck just like this. It's very easy, very versatile. You don't have to do it on the ground or anything like that, like most of the kits that you see out there. Now we can cut into that steak and see how we did. I did let it rest for about 10-15 minutes or so. It's just been sitting here. Has that, has a nice crust on it. I mean, you can hear it there. I do like my steaks rare, medium rare. This is a New York steak, so it's going to be cooked more over on this end, on the thinner end, than it is right in the center. Let's cut into it and kind of take a gander at what it looks like. Oh yeah, perfect. So we got that nice rare, medium rare, pink center going on the end over here. Let's take a look. Yep, and then the end is more medium well. Still pink center there. I don't know how well the camera's doing justice on the pictures there, but yeah, beautiful steak. Again, if you want a more medium rare end on one end and other people like it well or medium well on the other end, that's what New York steaks are good for. I'm more of a fan of ribeyes myself because they cook a little bit more evenly. But you know, I just had this New York steak laying around and I figured, you know, what the heck, let's use it for the video. So in any case, yeah, I got a nice char on some of these vegetables. So you can see the portobello got a nice brown to it. Asparagus a little bit overcooked, but you know, still good. I would say all in all, this whole meal, which could probably feed 3 people, 3 adults or so, I think the whole thing cost, I don't know, maybe 20 bucks altogether. And that would be great for a camp meal. But the Skottle that we did it on, I mean, altogether $75. I mean, you just can't beat it. If you just do a little bit of research, I'm going to put a list of the items down below. You can pick them up, buy it, try it for yourself, and let me know what you think in the comments if you pick it up. And here's a couple of shots of stuff that I was making on this surface. This was frying an egg with some bacon on a recent camping trip that we did. Super simple, just throwing the burner right on there and cooking. And then we also cooked some cauliflower and onions, and so we have a steak there over on the other plate. Yeah, doing these they call them cauliflower steaks. Super easy. You just kind of throw it on there, let it cook. Again, have the ghee and seasoning salt there. You can see the burner doing its job, and there's the ribeye that we cooked that night. Yeah, I mean, it's cooking steak on cast iron. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that. Alright, one thing I did want to point out is how easy this thing is to clean after the fact. I haven't cleaned it at all since doing that cook. And yeah, this is pretty much the thing I do when I go camping, is I just put it under a spigot. You can get a piece of chainmail. I mean, a sponge is going to work all the same. But really all you have to do is just give it a few swirls with the chainmail, and I mean, it's pretty much clean. The stuff just kind of falls off. You can see right here, there's a little, the lens is fogging up, but in any case, there's a little bit of stuff that you can just kind of spot clean it, and there you go. It's ready for the next use. I mean, that's really all you gotta do. Just paper towel or towel it off, and the seasoning stays on. You know, everything's pretty much non-stick. I've never really had anything stick to this thing, including eggs. You can do scrambled eggs on it, you can do pancakes, you can really do whatever you want with it just as a cast iron surface, which I think is a bit better and heat retention and whatnot than a steel, like a carbon steel surface, like a lot of the Discadas or Skottles that you'll see out there made out of. I just tend to like cast iron better. So in any case, yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think.